Watching from the green room. Tonight, my guest is Grammy-nominated guitarist Sin Quirin of the metal band Siglos. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking some time and joining us in the green room. And Siglos released back in September the video for the rhythmic and explosive new track that draws from the Latin heritage. Still, it's a brutal metal, darkly atmospheric. Raw with intensity. And tell us about that track and tell us the name of it.
The track is called Morir Para Vivir, which translates in English to dying to live. The song came about, started writing the music for that probably about a year and a half ago, maybe. During the whole shutdown pandemic and all that stuff, I just went into extreme writing mode, and I ended up with a bunch of material. And prior to this song, let me backtrack a little on how the project started. Like I said, I had a handful of songs written. I wanted to put some sort of extreme vocal to some of these songs that I had, which I had never done before. Even coming from a band like Ministry, I had never really gone down sort of like the black metal or death or doom, kind of road. So I had this one song in mind that I had written, and I was talking to my producer, Alex Crescioni. He suggested this vocalist named Pedro Sanchez, and had him come down to the studio, and he listened to the first song, which ended up being called Por los Siglos. And that was the first single that we released earlier in the year. And initially it was just going to be that one song, and that was going to be it. But I really liked what he did. I saw potential in basically starting a project with him. And so we went into the studio and we recorded the second song, which is Morir Para Vivir. And that's how that sort of came to be, how it happened. We're currently finishing up a 5-song EP right now.
Okay.
It's pretty much done. We're in the final stages of mastering right now.
Nice.
And hopefully we'll have that done or out before the end of the year.
Okay. You obviously wrote the lyrics for that track. How did you kind of explain how it came to life? But what was your process in writing the song? And you said that you wrote a lot of stuff during COVID and the shutdown and stuff like that. But what was your process in writing that particular track?
Well, lyrics I don't write.
Okay,
Pedro wrote the lyrics
gotcha.
for all of the songs. I write all the music.
Okay,
I've never been like a lyricist in any of the bands, even with Ministry. All the songs that I did, it was just music.
gotcha.
Um, so basically, I write all the music, hand it over to whoever the vocalist is for the project, and we touched briefly on subject matter and lyrics and stuff like that, and but I pretty much I let him sort of run with it and go with whatever theme, whatever he was feeling. um the one thing I did sort of stipulate was that I didn't really want anything political
Right.
with this band. I kind of wanted to stay away from that. And other than that, I mean, he did a great job. He ran with it. Pedro's a very spiritual individual.
Mm-hmm.
He's in touch with that aspect very much so. And so a lot of the lyrics are very spiritual. They touch on a lot of our Mexican heritage,
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. And if you notice in the Morir Para Vivir video, there's an actual shaman in that video, performing an actual ritual, and that was real.
Wow.
Like, that wasn't, he wasn't an actor or anything like that. He was an actual shaman from Mexico.
Cool.
Spoke very little to no English, and
Wow.
performed the actual ceremony, just sort of a condensed version
Gotcha.
for the video. But that was real, man.
Man, that's kind of that's cool, but then again, it's kind of eerie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
to know that it wasn't a scripted ceremony, that there was an actual real.
No, absolutely, man.
Like,
It was pretty intense being in the room. I got to tell you, like, for all the band and the crew that were there, I mean, we were all just kind of like on pins and needles, just watching
oh
this,
yeah,
take place. But it was pretty cool.
that would make my arm hair stand up, honestly.
No, it did, man. It made my arm stand up.
The video, of course, like you just said, very theatric and intense. Directed by Matt Zane. Did the band give him reign to see his vision in creating the video, or did you guys just give him an idea and he ran with it? Was that shaman thing his idea?
No. So I touched base with Matt Zane, who did an amazing job on the video, on the general sort of overall premise of what I wanted the video to be. I really wanted it to sort of be a performance video,
Right.
because our previous video was a little bit more scenic, a little more cinematic. This, which was great, but this one I wanted to sort of showcase the band performing a little bit more.
Right.
And then so that's kind of how we came up with the concept of the video. It wasn't like a real heavy storyboard concept or anything like that. But the one thing that Pedro actually did want to make sure that we had in there was the shaman. That was
Right.
Pedro's idea, because of the lyrics and the subject matter of the song. So that's how that whole thing happened.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm done kind of shocked that it was. That's my mind's blown a little bit, because that's a pretty cool thing to have,
Yeah,
and a lot
man.
of
I
people
mean,
probably don't realize that.
yeah, I mean, it's that's not an everyday occurrence. That's not something that's very common. Some people pay a lot of money, or wait a long time to experience something like that.
Right.
So to have him come down and do that for us was really cool for us.
This track it's from an upcoming album that will be dropping. When's that? You said be probably
Hopefully
before the end of the
before,
year.
yeah, hopefully before the end of the year. It's going to be a 5-song EP. And like I said, it's like 99% done. We're literally in the absolute final stages of mastering
Okay.
right now. So, right after this, we're going to do a physical release. I actually do want to release some CDs. I know that's kind of old school now, but I like, I still like CDs. So
Right.
we're going to do a run of CDs, potentially some vinyl,
Oh yeah,
limited
vinyl's
run of
popular right
vinyl
now.
if possible. Yeah. And I'd like to hopefully get this done before the end of the year. If not, worst case scenario, it'll be, very early 2023, just depending on how
Gotcha.
fast we can get things done here.
Are there you guys got plans to drop more singles from that EP? And
Possibly. I'm debating whether to release one more. We've already done 2. We might do one more, or we might not.
Okay.
We're still we're going to talk it over to see what our plan of action is going to be. But we either drop one more, but if we do, it's going to push everything back a little bit further.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not. We might just go ahead and start, pumping the release of the EP.
Yeah. But will the EP lead into a full length album?
At some point, yeah. We have a ton of material, but we kind of want to have some, like, an actual product
Yeah.
in hand, um, before we do like the full length, which I'm sure we'll do a full length at some point in 2023.
Gotcha. So, what can fans expect from Siglos looking into 23, other than the album dropping maybe before the end of the year, early part of the next year?
Possibly some shows in 2023. We've been, talking to some agents, some promoters, possibly taking this thing maybe to Europe or to Mexico, in the
Okay.
summer of 2023. And if something happens in the States, some tour or something like that makes sense to all of us, then, we're all about it. But we'll see. We'll see how things pan out after the release of the EP.
Right. So
Yep.
where can we find the music at, and where can we find out what's going on with the band and stuff like that?
The best thing is our Bandcamp page, and it's siglos.bandcamp. Our YouTube, there's a YouTube channel, I believe, as well. You can see our videos, and there's band info on there. The lyrics, which are all in Spanish, by the way, are all written on underneath our videos on YouTube as well.
Okay.
And then there's a Siglos social Facebook page as
Awesome.
well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Again, you're watching from the Green Room. My guest today is Sin from the band Siglos, and man, it's been great talking to you, and
Thank
good
you,
luck
man.
on your EP, and definitely be watching for more music and the rest of that EP to come out. And
I
as
appreciate it,
always,
man. Thank you for having me on. It really means a lot. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks to everyone that's listening and that's watching. And we hope to see you out there, hopefully in 2023.
yeah, hopefully you roll through Indiana and I can catch a
For
show.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And as always, the links to all Siglos' stuff will be in the description of the video below. And let's do it again, Sin. It was a pleasure
Awesome.
talking to you, and thanks for joining me in the Green Room.
Same here. Thank you, man.